Yeah, I don't say things I don't mean it really. Filipino people are really wonderful people. I really love them. They're very, very kind people. They are very, um, um, they are really different. No, for sure, every nation they have some negative and some positive, but Filipino in general they are extremely friendly and they have a very beautiful, like personality, uh, and they are family people too, which I like about them very much. Hello,
Oh, hello. Hello. Good morning.
good morning.
Hello. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is JC.
All right, Mr. JC,
I'm
what do you want to say to us?
well, actually, I'm from the Philippines, and I'm also a Christian.
All right.
I'm a Christian. I like to ask something. It's because I actually have collections of six hadiths by Sunni Muslims,
Hmm.
and it's because uh, it's because we also have Muslims here in the Philippines. They love to debate with us.
Yeah, and I try to debate them. They run away from me.
Yes, the same thing here. And but here in our country,
No, I
uh,
mean in the Philippines, I try to debate many Muslims and they run away. As an example, there's a guy, his name Rashid and the San.
yes, I
Yeah,
also watched that video too,
yeah,
and
yeah,
I did, and I didn't even know that he was actually that coward.
yeah.
Yet, I have come. I like to ask you a question. I hope you don't mind.
Sure, sure. Go ahead.
I have because I come across with hadith by Jami at Tirmidhi, and according to Jami at Tirmidhi hadith number 3686, where Muhammad said that if there was one prophet, uh, th- if there was one prophet to come after me, it will be Umar bin Al-Khattab. That actually puzzles us among Christian apologetics here in my country. Uh, I hope you don't mind
Sure,
if
sure.
I'm going to
I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you. Go ahead, my friend.
I hope you don't mind if I'm going to show you as well the hadith number of.
No problem.
Uh, hold on for a second because it is because I experience having arguments with Muslims here in my country here in the Philippines. So allow me to show you the hadith number.
You do not need it. I know it. I know the hadith. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
I
It's
know it by heart. I do not need you to give it to me. I will show it on the screen. No problem. Okay, go ahead. I'm
okay.
listening.
And according to the hadith, as it says here that Muhammad said, if there's going to be a prophet after me, it's going to be Umar bin Al-Khattab. And here's my question. So that means to say that Muhammad has chosen his own successor as a successor. That is Umar bin Al-Khattab.
Hmm.
But we know for a fact that Umar
Hmm.
became a caliph in Islam. Yeah, but the question here is this. So that means to say that Muhammad himself has chosen his own successor as a prophet
Hmm.
after him.
Hmm.
I like to know your answer.
Well, this is not about choosing a successor because you notice here, Muhammad, he did not choose him to be a caliphate, he chose him to be a prophet.
He chose Umar. So in
Yeah,
other
yeah.
words,
You see the word here, he did not say if there is somebody will be a successor that will be Omar, because the word successor simply in Arabic is the caliphate. The caliph, he is the one who take over after Muhammad. This is what the caliph is about. But he did not say that. He said, if there was to have a prophet after me, it would have been Umar ibn al-Khattab.
yes,
And
exactly.
that
Yes.
that is for a reason. Muhammad, he took many of the statements of Umar ibn al-Khattab and he put them in the Quran. And Umar, he noticed that this guy is obviously is a thief. You see, Umar, he said in different hadith
And
that
which
my
hadith?
Lord, my
Yes.
Lord agreed with me in three things. Some hadith they say 5, some of them they say even 10.
mm,
So what he agree with him? According to the hadith, according to Umar, that Allah agreed with him on the issue of the hijab, on the issue of Kaaba, Hajj to Kaaba, and make the Kaaba
yes.
as a main center for Islam. And Allah agreed with him about the fight between the wives of Muhammad and Muhammad. This is at least a 3, but however, there is many hadith claiming that Allah agreed with Umar in about maybe 10 and more things, which mean Umar he said 10 things, and then you know, whatever Umar he say, Allah he take it, he make it Quran. Umar is not stupid. Umar he noticed that this guy Muhammad is taking whatever he say, and whatever he say mean that Umar obviously is involved of making the Quran. And actually, thank you for asking this question, because today our topic about the secrets of Islam, and here is this is one of the secrets have to be exposed, and we mentioned that before, but because you asked today, so we have a chance to explore more of the secret of Muhammad. Who first of
Thank
all,
you.
we need to ask ourselves, who is Muhammad to choose who is going to be a prophet? You know what I mean? I mean,
Yes.
who gave him the qualification to say? I mean, this is a choice of God, not a choice of a man. You see,
Yes.
I cannot
Exactly.
say if there's a prophet will be that will be Sam Shamoun. I mean, people will laugh at me. Who are you and who is Sam Shamoun? God he chose who will be a prophet. It's not a man who choose. He is just himself. He's a prophet. You know, like even in the army, if you have a rank, let us say you are a general, but a general he cannot make a general. Somebody higher than a general, he can give a rank for someone to be higher than general, but general he cannot make you a general. You know,
Yes. I
you have
understand your law.
you have to be somebody from higher rank in order somebody have the authority. So what is the authority of Muhammad? Muslim they keep saying to us, Muhammad is just a man, normal man like everybody. But here we go, he's saying stupid things, and he is speaking as if he's God. He is the one who decide that between all mankind in this earth, in this moment now, there's no better person to be a prophet after him. But and why Muhammad he is saying, you know, and remember the Muslim they say that the Quran says that Muhammad is Khatamun Nabiyyin, which means the seal of the prophet. I don't know if you heard the Muslim saying that, right?
Yes, some of
Okay,
them.
right,
And especially from Facebook. Yes,
right.
I also saw many Muslims say that
Yeah.
actually, and you're right, because I also witnessed some different arguments among Christians and Muslims as well.
Yeah.
Yes,
When
I
Muhammad
also see that.
when Muhammad he say in the Quran chapter 33 verse number 40 that he is the seed of the prophet, the Muslims they take it and they take it literally that he is the last prophet, but the verse doesn't say that. The seal of the prophet simply is a person who put his seal about all the prophets before him and he agree with it, which mean he is a person who agree with all prophets who came before him, and he have the seal coming from God to approve it. He announced that I confirm what is between them, and we can show tons of verses. But the Muslim they say, and because the Muslim they say that, we have to go by the meaning the Muslim they understand and the Muslim they like. Because at the end of the day, religion is what people believe in it, not even what is right. Which means I know that this is what it meant in the Quran. But as long as the Muslim they believe that Muhammad here, by saying he is a seal, Muslim they believe it he is the last prophet, then based on this, Muhammad he just get himself busted by claiming that if there is a prophet after him, it's going to be Umar ibn al-Khattab. Because how he is
I
the
see.
seal, of the prophets, and yet he is talking about somebody will come after him to be a prophet.
Yes, exactly.
And
So
why?
that's
And why? I mean, why? Who need Umar anyway? What exactly Umar will do, Muhammad did not do. Why Muhammad is saying Umar will be a prophet? Was Umar really a good guy? Was Omar qualified to be a prophet? Who told him that? Is that something he received from his God?
Yes, actually, I actually based from the previous arguments
Hmm.
I had with other Muslims, and some Muslims here said that Umar had good virtues and something like that, and then
You have what?
but
You have what?
the, they said that Umar bin Al Khattab had was very reliable. Some even say that Umar bin Al Khattab was a very close friend of Muhammad, and
Okay,
some of
well,
them are.
Omar is very authentic for them. Okay, well, Omar, he said the Quran is 1,027,000 letter. That's mean a
Mhm.
million and 27,000. Where is the million and 27,000 letter in the Quran? You see, the Muslim in a second now they will say we don't accept that. They just told you that Omar is very reliable for them, right? Okay. Omar said that the
Yes, the
Quran is 1,027,000 letters. Okay, where are they? The Quran today is not even 260,000. So more than 70% of the Quran is gone. And this is the statement of Omar. Omar is
yes, exactly.
very reliable, but look what he said, that Allah is copying Quran from him. You see the hadith in front
Yes,
of you on screen? I don't know if you can see it.
I haven't seen your screen, but I'm very familiar with that source that is
Hmm.
from Sahih al Bukhari.
Right,
I saw that I saw that, and I also noticed that some Quran manuscripts were burned by Umar himself.
right. But
Yes, I saw that in Sahih al Bukhari. I also completed the collection of the Sunni Muslims hadiths. In fact, because we also have apologetics here against Islam.
no, what happened here, my friend? Muhammad, he got busted, and Omar, he knew that Muhammad is a scam, because Omar, whatever he's saying, Muhammad, he take it as it is and he make it Quran. Read with me the hadith. I don't know if you if maybe you should look at it. It says, Omar, he said that Allah, my Lord, agree with me in three things. My Lord, agree with me. Who are you? No wonder he's going to be a prophet. I say to Allah, Apostle, I wish to took the station of Abraham, our praying place. Who is the one who decide that the Kaaba is the center of Islam? It is Allah? No. Is it Muhammad? No. It is the angels? No. It was Umar ibn Khattab. So yes, Umar ibn
Oh,
Khattab is the maker of Islam based on this. The whole Kaaba issue, the whole Kaaba, it was a decision made by Umar, and Allah, he agreed with him.
so that is based from Umar's testimony in the hadith,
Yeah,
but in reality, it was Umar himself
no,
who
in reality, and in the hadith, and the Muslims confirm that this was an order and a choice made by Umar, and Muhammad, he took it as it is, and he make what Umar said as a verse coming from God. And look, then he continues saying, so the divine inspiration came, and then he continues saying, and take you people a station of Abraham as a place of a prayer, exactly as Umar he said. And then continue chapter 2, 105, 102, 125. And then secondly, and as I record the verses of veiling women, so women, they were hijab because of Umar. The whole hijab, Islamic hijab, is not even a choice of Muhammad. Actually, based on the hadith, Umar, he told Muhammad many times to do the veil, and Muhammad, he don't want it. He don't agree with it. And then Allah
yes.
supposedly, Muhammad, he give up, because especially when Umar start making fun of the wives of Muhammad, and they have a fight
Mhm.
about it, and Omar, he told him, order your wives to cover, man. The bad and the good is coming. But we know what happened. Omar, he came and he make fun of the wife of Muhammad. She was doing pupu, and her name is Sauda, and he told her, Arifnaki ya Sauda, we know you, we recognize you, Sauda, we know she's naked. And the filthy man is making fun of her. She's doing her what people do, they go at night, because at that time there is no bathroom and it's a desert place. So because of that, the verse of the hijab came down, and Umar, he's saying, this is because of me. I am the one who said that. Allah gave it to me, give it to us. And then he continued. So the verse
Oh,
of veiling of women was revealed, and then he says, once the wives of the prophet made united front against the prophet, I said to them, it may be that the prophet divorce you all,
Mm.
that his Lord Allah will give him instead of you better wives. And then look what it says, and this is what make it more dangerous. It says,
Mm.
so the verse came the same as I had said, exactly the same, word by word.
So meaning to say, I like to get a clear picture out of this. Correct me if I'm wrong. So therefore, it was not really Muhammad who founded Islam. It was Umar.
No,
So
no,
it was Umar bin
Muhammad, no,
Al-Khattab.
no, Muhammad, you see,
Mm.
Muhammad is immature prophet, immature man, and Islam
Mm.
was immature religion, and is still. So in this immature religion, everybody have his finger in it. So Umar, he have some fingers in Islam. Muhammad have some fingers. Waraq ibn Nawfal have some fingers. Aisha, she have some fingers. Khadija, she have some fingers. Everybody
Mm.
have some fingers there. Everybody. Islam is not a made of one man. It's a collection of many religion and collection of the work of many men.
Oh,
And
oh, I see.
the
Mm.
Muslim, they say to us, the Quran says, make verses like the verses of Allah. They challenge you. They say to you, can you make Quran like them? And I find it the most silly, stupid. I mean, the Arab at the time of Muhammad, when he said that to them, that verse, they made fun of him. They said, this is stupid. You're asking us to make something stupid. Same time, how you challenge me to make Quran like the Quran of Allah, if the Quran of Allah is not the Quran of Allah? As you see, it is the Quran of Umar. It is Allah who copy Umar. So how nobody can make this is a Quran which is a miracle, yet Allah, he take the words of Umar and he make them
Mm.
Quran. And as you see, it says, it given to me as I said, or given to Muhammad as I said. You know,
I see. So it was Umar. So it was Umar. So Umar also provided some revelations to Muhammad, and then they will just spin. I mean, what I mean spin is they will claim it as a revelation from Allah.
but as you see, Umar, he said it clearly that Allah, he agreed with me and he sent the verses as I said, as the same as I said. The verses came the same as I said. He's not saying that Allah, he just agree with me. He is saying that Allah, he sent the verses as I said. I mean, how more clear we need it to be to get Muhammad busted. Imagine you are claiming to be a prophet, and then the Christian prince, he says potato. Those are a bunch of potatoes, and I will make them tomatoes. Then Allah, you're the God of this prophet, he take it and he make it a verse in the Quran, and he say, Allah, he said, but this is not Allah, he said. I said that before.
Hmm.
And
I see.
as long the Muslims agree, and they said to you that Umar al-Khattab is an authentic source for them, then here we go. Umar al-Khattab is saying that Allah, he stole Quran from him. So what we will do now? What a Muslim will do after hearing that Umar al-Khattab is the one who made the Quran and Muhammad is copying from him? Where is Allah? There's no Allah in this story.
I really laugh. I really laugh at the Muslims' logic, and wow. I mean, I didn't really know. Maybe I should read the Hadith over again about from Sahih. Is it from Sahih Al Bukhari? Is if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah,
is that from?
yeah, Sahih
Okay,
Bukhari, yes. Yeah, actually, it's in more, in, not only in Sahih Muslim, in Sahih Bukhari, we can find the same reference in many places, you know. But yes, it's
okay,
Sahih Hadith, and it's Sahih Bukhari, and it's Sahih Muslim. And there's other reference says Allah, he agree with him with 4. Other reference says Allah, he agree with him with 5. Some they say agree with him with 10 things, you know. However, 1, 2, 3, I mean, obviously Allah is stealing Quran from Omar,
mm,
you know. And who was
yes.
Omar? And then Muhammad, he say, if there is a prophet who will come after me, that will be Umar al-Khattab. Why? Because Muhammad is getting busted, and now Umar al-Khattab, he knew that he is a prophet too, because he will go, he is making Quran.
so so in other words, the Muslims claim that Muhammad is the last prophet is not true after all.
Well,
Since we have
he is
busted.
not the last prophet. He is not a prophet anyway. I mean, first of all, when somebody says to me, there's a person who is a prophet, what is, shouldn't you show me the prophecy first? What is the prophecy of Muhammad to make him a prophet? I challenge any Muslim to call me right now and to show me a prophecy in the Quran come to be true. Just one.
I well, I really got your point, and I agree with now. I really agree with you, Mr. Christian Prince. Thank you. I also agree with you. That's also that's also in my mind that Muhammad is not really the last prophet after all. So Muhammad is, because Muhammad said, if there's another prophet to come after me, it's going to be Umar bin Al-Khattab. In a way, Islam is still false. That's why Muslims keep on claiming that they keep on claiming that Muhammad is the last prophet. But the truth is, Muhammad is not really the last
First
prophet
of
at
all,
all.
when somebody says he is the last prophet, he have to prove first that he's a prophet. There's,
Yeah,
you
but
see, there's tons of hadith. There's tons of hadith. Muslim, they use it to prove to you that Muhammad prophesied things. As an example, Muhammad, he said that the Arab, they are going to live in high buildings, but this is stupid because the Arab was living in high building in the time of Yemen, in his time. That's not a prophecy. And what about the like they choose one? It looked like Muhammad, he said something or predicted something, but there's tons of things Muhammad, he said, proving him to be a false prophet. According to Muhammad, as an example, the Turk are the enemy of Islam. The Turk are the enemy of Islam. And he said, leave the Turk alone as long they leave you. And he said that judgment day will not come until you fight the Turk. So it's a sign of the judgment day. But the Turk already are Muslims.
Oh, that
You know,
I see.
as an
Yeah.
example, Muhammad, he have tons of false prophecy. All of them, they are funny and very stupid. So what make Muhammad a prophet? Because he said the sun set in a murky water? Is that a prophecy? Because he said that the baby is coming from the backbone of the man, and the sperm of women have a sperm coming from their ribs. This is Quran. You see, God, Muhammad, when he speak, he claimed that God told him that. Okay, how God he said such a thing to you, Muhammad? Yet you say such a stupid thing to us, Muhammad, that women have a sperm and her sperm is coming from the backbone. Or sorry, from the ribs for the women and the backbone for the man. How that happened? I mean, how a human being, he is presenting to us what he called God, yet he says something, such a thing, stupid like this.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So based also from the Quran and the Hadith, we see that Muhammad was indeed is having a mental problems. So but unfortunately for Muslims out there, they really believe what Muhammad was saying without even thinking. That's kind of
My friend, because it's not their fault. It's not their fault. If you are a
Yes.
person who grow up in Islamic society and everybody prays this man day and night, and then to fool people, they show them some Western blonde people convert to Islam, and they said, you look, this is an American convert to Islam. And you know, you are in the Philippines, right? And you know what how some people in Asia, they think that the white man is the smartest man on earth, when the fact, you know, my idea about the white, and I am a white man, I don't want people to think I'm taking side against an ethnic group. Me myself, I'm a white man, but what the white man have to do with being smart? What your color have to do with being smart? But in their mind, if you watch my challenge to this guy Rashid Indasan, he said in the video we recorded him, he said, I debated a real American. This guy is not real American, you remember?
Yes.
So he
yes,
think he think in his mind, you know, in the Filipino culture, that if he is debating a real American, that's like they are debating God himself, like real American. Are you sure it's not like made in China? Who cares if he's real America or not? So he is trying to say to you, and he said that clearly in the video. This guy have an accent. He's not an American. So he debated the real American. This guy is not real American. So he's telling you he's not qualified to debate me because I debated real American, which means he's from coming. He was debating an alien.
Mm.
So those people, they always they are under the influence of the media around them, and the media is praising one man, praising one book, praising one name. And then you are a child who grew up in such a stupid society and nobody dare to question anyway, then what you will think. But the second they stop by my bus station, they are in trouble, because all their life they hear amazing things about Muhammad which is not there. I mean, all the
Yes.
things Muslims, they say that Muhammad was amazing. I challenge the Muslim to prove it. As an example, they say he is the most honorable. Well, the Quran says that Muhammad, he went and he flirted with his son's wife when she is married. How he is the most honorable? How the
Yes.
honorable man, he go to a married woman and she is married to who? To his son. And he
Yeah.
flirt with her and later he sleep with her. How honorable man, he killed the husband, he killed the father, he killed the parents of a woman, and he take her and he rape her less than 500 meters away from where he killed her family. Where is the
Yeah.
honorable man? What is the
Yeah.
honorable man when he go in front of a Bedouin man who asked him to sleep with Aisha? Imagine a man, he come to me and he said to me, I want to sleep with your wife. What Muhammad
Wow.
he said to him? He said to him, but she is the mother of the believers. He speak like a chicken, you know, trying to explain to him that you cannot do that because please, she is my wife and she is my wife, you know. The guy, he said, oh, okay, whatever. You know, his wife. When the guy he left Aisha, she asked Muhammad, who is this man? I mean, she's saying to him, how he can talk to you like this? You are the prophet of Allah. Why you became a chicken in front of him? Muhammad, he said, هذا أحمق مطاع, which mean he is a fool we have to obey, which mean if he insists to sleep with you, you go. He is a
Oh.
fool we have to obey. Why he is a fool we have to obey? This guy is coming from a big tribe and he is strong, he have a big army. So what if he said I want to sleep with you and he insists? So he said to her, in between him and her, not in front of the guy, he said to her, هذا أحمق مطاع, he is a fool we have to obey.
Wow. Wow.
Where is the
Big.
honor of Muhammad? There is no man have an honor he will accept anyone to say to him in front of him, in front of his face, in front of his wife, I want to sleep with your wife, and he said to him, but she is my wife.
Yes, exactly.
No?
There's no honor from there. There's no honor coming from a foolish person, indeed.
Not only, you know, honor sometimes foolish, sometimes like, okay, there is a person who is born not smart, still he can be a good person. He never hurt people, he never killed, he never raped, you know what I mean? So
Yes.
you can be a person who have a very low IQ. It's not your fault because you are born in such a way. That's not a crime. But the crime is to be the most disgusting person yet in your propaganda machine, which is forced by the sword through centuries, and nobody dare to stop this machine, speaking about the man highly in things he never did. The most honorable about what? When I'm, you know, when Muhammad he married Khadija, a woman she is 25 years older than him, was that honorable, or because of her money? The answer, because of her money. Even the hadith confirm that Muhammad he married Khadija for money. If you remember, there is a hadith where a guy was coming back with Muhammad, coming from an attacking the neighbors to steal their women and their children, and the guy, his name is Jabir. And Muhammad, he noticed that Jabir is in a rush to go back home. So he said to him, why you are in a rush? What happened? The guy, he said to him, well, I am newly married and I miss my wife. Muhammad, he said to him, did you marry a young virgin, or you married from a woman she is divorced or widow? The guy, he said to him, from a widow, not a virgin. Muhammad, he said, why you don't marry a young girl so you might play with her and she play with you?
Just like he married Aisha.
Right. But here,
Reminds
no.
me.
But here the important, my friend, is this is telling us what Muhammad he like. So now, how a Muslim can explain to me the marriage of Muhammad and Khadija? If Muhammad advising a Muslim man, questioning him, when he told him that he did not marry a virgin, why Muhammad did marry Khadija if he is the kind who like to marry young girls? He said to him, look what he said, why don't you marry a young girl so you might play with her, a girl to play with her? Yeah, Muhammad, he liked to have a girl, she is very young, so he can play with her. He is immature man. He's a
Yeah.
pedophile, to make it simple. You know, they call them pedophile. They have fantasy with the children. So the man advising a married man, telling him, question his right decision. What's wrong with you? Why you did marry a woman? She is not a young child. Why you don't marry a child? She is young, and you play with her. So Muhammad here, by this story, is telling us exactly what kind of female he like to have. He don't like to have an old woman. This guy, he did not even marry an old woman. Maybe she was, you know, she is younger than him, but she is just a widow. Muhammad, he married a widow who have many husbands before him, and she took all the money of the previous husband after they die, and she is 25 years older, yet he married her. But you, as you see here, Muhammad, he don't advise people to do that. So why Muhammad did that? So where is the honor?
So that's why there are so many child marriages in Islam.
My friend, this is not marriage. This is not marriage. This is rape. You know, when a man he lay down with a child, that is not a marriage. This is a rape. A child, he cannot make a decision. When we say marriage, it have to be between two who agree to share bed together, to share life together. A child, he cannot make a decision. So this is a rape. This is not a marriage. So here you notice here that Muhammad, the Muslim, they speak about him as being the honorable person. What is the honor? Is that an honorable advice, or this is an evil advice? A man, he is married. What's your business? Imagine now you call me and I say, hey Jesse, where you been? I said, oh, I get married. Oh, okay. So what kind of woman you married? Did you marry a widow or a virgin? I mean, what's my business? The question itself is sick. The question itself is sick. Why? Because I'm asking you about what exactly? He want to know if she is virgin. I'm asking, excuse my language, I'm asking specifically about the vagina of the wife of the guy.
Yes, exactly.
What's my business if she have a vagina is been used before or not? What is my business? The guy, he married the women. So why I should know? Why it is important for a prophet of God to ask such a question? Simply because he's sick. He is not an honorable man, and he have no honor.
Yes, exactly. I agree. I absolutely agree with you on that. Muhammad was never an honorable person. Thank you so much for your insight. And by the way, this is not this is not a debate actually, but I like to discuss something with you. And I hope you don't mind, Mr. Christian Prince. I like to share something also with you in this. And not a few months ago, we examined different Quran verses. However, there were some Quran verses that were actually they were actually having the same context with the Jewish sources. So I want to show you my screen. I hope you don't mind.
No problem.
Okay, here's the Surah 532 from Sahih International. It says here, because of that, we decreed upon the children of Israel that whoever kills a soul, unless for a soul or for corruption done in the land, it is as if he had slain mankind entirely. And whoever saves one, it is as if he had saved mankind entirely. Our messengers had certainly come to them with clear proofs. Then indeed many of them, even after that, throughout the land were transgressors. Suspiciously enough, we also examine another. Suspiciously, actually, I watched a video. There was a video on YouTube that said that Quran actually copied from
The
the
Old
Jewish
Testament,
Talmud.
yeah, from the Old Testament. Islam, as I said, my friend, this is copied from Musa's. This is nothing
Uh,
new. This is nothing
uh,
new.
actually, this is the Jewish Talmud. This is not actually from
No, no,
Moses.
no. Even
This is
even even from the Old Testament, my friend, a life. What is the punishment in the case of murder?
okay.
This is what the Old Testament says. Muhammad is trying to copy from there. This is why he mentioned himself. He mentioned that it's been said to the children of Israel. Even the verse itself, it says that this is was for the children of Israel. So Muhammad, he is not denying that he's copying from the Jews. Now he copy the idea of murder punishment, that the person who killed, he should be killed, and he copy what you are saying right now here from the Talmud.
Yes, the Jewish Talmud doesn't really come from Moses. It is
No,
it
no, no.
is
I'm not
come
saying. I'm not
uh,
saying it came from Musa's. No, I'm not saying this is the Talmud is a rabbi book, but I'm saying everything Muhammad he have is copied from somebody. So the idea of the murder, eye for an eye, is something Muhammad he stole from Moses.
yes,
That
yes,
this
I saw that.
the statement in
Yes,
this verse you are reading is coming from the Talmud.
yes, this one. This is from the Talmud. I like to share this. This is Sanhedrin. I,
Right.
actually, I also studied a bit about Judaism, especially the Jewish Talmud.
Mhm.
So we found out that well, not only in Talmud but also in Mishnah. But
Right.
let's have the Talmud instead, because the Talmud is actually derived from Mishnah. So we examined carefully the Talmud, and we found the same passage from the Talmud, exactly the same context, in line with Surah 532.
Right.
So we suspected that Muhammad copied from the Jewish Talmud, and you're right. And we also researched as well, Christian Prince, according to the Jewish scholars, according to the Jewish rabbis. They said that the Talmud was first compiled around 500 AD. And the Quran was compiled around 632 AD. So there's a huge problem. It will take more than 100 years to have this written down in the Quran. Yet the Jewish Talmud, this passage is already written by the rabbis during their exile in Babylon, after the destruction of the Second Temple.
Mhm. Well, every like you can, the more you read in the Talmud, I advise you to read the whole Talmud. You will find more and more things Muhammad is copying from there. Actually, Muhammad is the fruit of the rabbis, and the idea of the rabbis and the fiction of the rabbis in the Talmud. Tens of things Muhammad he copied from the legions of the rabbi. As an example, there is many rabbis who teach a lot of fiction stories about Suleiman. As an example, the magic of Suleiman, the ring of Suleiman controlling Shaitan, or controlling Satan, controlling genie, etc. All those ideas, Muhammad he did not bring them from his pocket. This is something was practiced as kind of legion, but many Jews believe in it uh, in certain time, and Muhammad he took it from them and he put it in his Quran and make it as coming from his God. And as I said,
Yes.
this is not only something he did with the Jews. As an example, the Christians, the story of the seven sleepers. The seven sleepers is a story written by a Christian bishop from Syria. His name is
Mm,
Yaqub, and he wrote a story about seven youth who they've been discriminated, chased, and then they've been protected by God, and God made them sleep for a couple of hundred of years. And then when
mm.
they wake up, they found Christianity became victorious, and there's no more discrimination for them. But this is a fiction story. Muhammad he took it and he make it as it's coming true story about really a group of Christians who they've been victorious by God, and he made the story as a story coming from Allah. Allah told him, but this is fiction story. All the Christians know. So Muhammad is a thief of ideas and thieves of belief. If you remember, if you go just to give you a clear example about Muhammad stealing things. You heard before about something is called the punishment of the grave, right? All
Yes,
right.
yes, that is correct.
The punishment of the grave, simply Muhammad, he stole it from the Jew, and we can prove it very easy. I mean, we do not need to be look much. If we read here, let us see
Okay.
how the story happened. Aisha, she exposed Muhammad
Mm.
when the story, how the story came to exist. Until I find it, a Jewish woman, she came to Muhammad and
Mm.
she told her, I seek refuge by God from the punishment of the grave. Aisha, she laughed. She said, what punishment of the grave? Are you joking? There's no such a thing. The woman, she said to him, sir, to her, no, there is. And then Muhammad, he came, he heard Aisha arguing with this woman. So Aisha, she said to Muhammad, this woman, she's saying, here we go, I had the hadith in front of us. Here we go.
Yes.
All right. A Jewish woman entered into me, Aisha is talking, and said, the torment of the grave, the torment of the grave is because of urine. I mean, look how funny. I mean, the idea, the urine will make you go and have been tortured by God. So what the Jews been learning or teaching their kids, that if you have urine in your foot, you will be tortured in the grave. But this is just to scare the kids so they can be clean. They will not piss in their foot. So
Yes.
and she's, this woman, obviously she believed in it. She said that to Aisha. Aisha, she said to her, you are lying. She said, no, it's true. We cut our skin and clothe it because of it. So if some, imagine if some urine come in the skin, they made an injury for themselves to peel the skin. This is how bad it is for them. Allah Messenger went out in the yard and he heard them to pray, and our voices became loud. He said, what is this? What's wrong? So I told him what she had said. He said, she spoke the truth. What? She spoke the truth that God, he punished people because of piss. And then he said, after and look what Aisha said. And after that day, he never offered any prayer, but he said, following the prayer, Rabba Jibril wa Mikail Israfil, adding, etc., which mean, to make it simple, the Lord of Jibril and Mikail and Israfil, grant me refuge from the heat of the fire and the punishment of the grave. So what happened after this conversation? Muhammad, he never pray without mentioning the torment of the grave. Okay, how come Muhammad never mentioned it before?
I see. Perhaps.
And the proof Muhammad, he never mentioned it because if Muhammad mentioned it before Aisha, she will not ask him about if this is true or not, right?
Yes.
So she never heard this before, and then since this happened, Muhammad, he never offer a prayer without saying, I seek refuge from Allah from the punch of the grave. Every prayer since that time. So before that time, Muhammad, he never mentioned the punishment of the grave till a Jewish woman, she mentioned that, and after that Muhammad, he liked the idea and he started promoting his horror movie that there's God who is going to punish you in the grave because of urine.
So that's why Islam has roots on paganism. I see.
Well, you know,
makes sense.
It's you see here a clear proof that Muhammad is a thief. He don't have a belief of his own. He is collecting from people around him, and the Jews are next door.
Yes, exactly. Yes, and also based from if my hypothesis will be correct, if my hypothesis is correct, I suspect that not only after the second exile of the Jews in Babylon, they started to scatter everywhere, including in Arabia or somewhere near where they can be next door to Muhammad. like you said
The
earlier.
Jews, they ran away for their life because you see, during the history with the Roman, the Jews, they made a wrong decision. The Roman was for them always an occupation, even though they are there for hundreds of years. And when the Persian they came, the Jews, they took the side of the Persian against the Roman. So when the Roman became victorious, each time the Roman, they punished the Jews severely for taking side with the Persian. It's like now, we have a Taliban fighting USA, and then you decide to take the side of Taliban. So imagine what would happen when the American army go there and you find you in their side. They would treat you the same as the enemy and even more. So
Mm.
the Jews in that time, they took the side of the enemy of the Roman. And this is why you will find the Jews until now exist in locations where Roman, they are not in control. Arabia, Mecca is a desert. The Roman did not go there, because it's a desert. There's
Mm.
nothing there to go anyway. But
Yes.
the Roman, they seek big kingdoms for a reason, wealth and gold and food and etc. But Saudi Arabia is a dead desert. It's a sand. Why you want to go there? So Saudi Arabia, it was a refuge for the Jews. That's why there's a lot of Jews there. Not because
Yes.
they like it as a desert, but because the Roman, they are not interested to go there. They did
Mm.
not go to Egypt. They go. You'll find a big number of Jews until now still exist in Iran.
Yes, exactly. Yes, exactly. And speaking of Iran, I made a very good question to our Muslims here in the Philippines. I asked them, hey, according to your hadith from Sahih Muslim, Muslims must kill the Jews during the time of before the day of resurrection. How come my question is this? How come the government of Iran, which is supposedly an entirely Islamic country, why didn't they raid the Jewish synagogues in Iran? Because based on my research, the Jews established so many synagogues in Iran, and they couldn't answer. They couldn't answer me.
Well, first of all, the Jews in Iran are necessity for the economy. The Iran, you see the Shia, they are very smart people, not like the Sunni.
Mm.
Since the West started sanctions on Iran long time ago after the revolution, the only way and the only reason not to have extreme sanctions on them, it was the Jews who live there. So the Jews was like the breathing tube for the Iranian government to move money around. Because you are a
Mm.
Jew, you are not considered as like a member of the Islamic government, and you have a freedom, you have money in the bank, and you can move your money around, and still America will not take you to court, and they will not confiscate your money. So the Jews was a necessity to be kind of there's a protection for them. And until now, the Jews are very important figures in Iran because of economy and economy only. However, uh,
Mm.
the Jews number in Iran shrink, big deal. Still there's some, but it's not the same as before. The Iranian government, they try their best actually to keep as many Jews as they can, so they make it difficult for the Jews to get out of the country. But in the last, especially in the last 2 years after Obama, he made left the sanctions, the Iranian government relieved, and they felt that they do not need really Jews as before, because now the sanctions is gone and we have an agreement, and here we go, we are open to the world again. So a lot of Jews, they fled out of Iran, taking that chance and opportunity to flee from the country. So now Iran is in trouble again, and that's why the currency, the economy of Iran is really in a very bad shape. Especially next month, the sanctions of America is going to go back in action, and Iran will suffer badly. And actually, I will not be surprised
Mm.
if millions of Iranians start striking in the street against the government very soon. However, it's not really about they are being nice to the Jews. It's always a business on
The
money.
best.
Yes,
Some.
you see,
Mm.
when we mentioned that Umar, he told Muhammad uh, to take the Kaaba as a place of worship, right?
Yes.
But yeah, but you know, but the story behind this, it was when Muhammad, he killed all the Jews and he kicked them out. Business was dying. There's no more
Mm.
money, you know. So the Kaaba story was a necessity for business, was not because the Kaaba is important for the God of Islam, because he's not exist. Omar, he thought about it as a solution for
Mm.
for business. If we make the Kaaba business run again, we force everybody to do Hajj, and that will make a lot of money come to us again, and the business will be flourishing again. So
Oh, that makes sense.
yeah,
That's why Umar said that people had to perform zakat or alms giving. That makes sense.
no, no,
It
it's not
it
about,
makes sense.
it's not about zakat. You know, the business, the Hajj itself is a business. The Hajj
Mm.
itself in Arabian Peninsula, there was 26 Kaaba. 26 Kaaba simply is like a mall. You know, the mall, you have a mall, right? A mall where people
Yeah.
buy and sell. This is what the Kaaba is about. The Kaaba is a place where there's a church, there's a store next to it, and there's a guy who sells falafel next to it, and there's a, you know, it's a business place.
Mm.
And one of the businesses is religion. All right.
Mm.
So there was
Mm.
26 mall, 26 Kaaba in the Arabian Peninsula. And then Muhammad, he have a choice to make the Kaaba again a place of business in order to solve a problem, which is being losing business. For he killed the Jews and the Christians and they run away. Either they run away or they get killed.
Mm.
So Muhammad
Okay.
now, he have no choice. And by the way, even the one we call them Christians there, the Christian was there, they were not really Christian, they were Nasara, which means they are Jews too, because the Nasara are a group of Christian cult who they were Jews. Those are
I
not
see.
really, they are not really Christians, they are Jews who they have their own idea of Christianity, and they are called Nasara because simply they have a very poor understanding of the Bible. So
Mm.
Muhammad, when he killed all the Jews, including the one we call them Nasara, which mean the Christians supposedly, and the Jews who they are still Jews, Muhammad is out of business. You see, the Jews, wherever they go, they are smart, and they knew how to live. So the city of Mecca was a dead
Mm.
city, not important. But the city of Medina, which is Yathrib, was one of the most business cities in all the area. The Jews, they were doing farming in the desert, and actually nothing changed. If you go to Israel right now, and you can check right now how Israel, they made the desert green. The desert, you know, they are
Mm.
eating from the desert. It's a green now. So the Jews always, they are advanced from other nations around them. They are smart, they are intelligent, and they knew how to, they, you know, they have a civilization, they have a background of civilization. So when they moved to Arabia, they took whatever civilization they learned through centuries with them, and they implant that civilization there. So between the Arab, they are like the most advanced people compared to the Arab who they are Bedouin. And Muhammad, he chose the city of Yathrib, which is later he killed all the Jews and he changed the name to Al Medina because of
Mm.
that reason, because the city was very famous of being flourished. It's a place where everybody lives. There's nobody, there's no homeless, there's no hungry people. There's work, there's business, there's money, there's Jews, as simple as that. You see, the Jews
Mm.
have impact of Muhammad in everywhere. As an example, why the Muslims, like uh, I don't know if you ask any Muslim why the Muslim they pray Friday.
I haven't asked that Muslim before about praying on Fridays, but I heard that. But I've seen it in the Hadith where Muslims will have to pray it every
No,
on Friday.
the real reason behind that, you see, Friday for the Muslims is Saturday for the Jews. Look what the chapter 62, verse number 9 is saying.
Hmm.
Oh, who you believe, when the call is proclaimed to prayer on Friday, hasten earnestly to embrace for Allah, you know, the embrace for Allah, and leave off businesses. Do you see the word says leave off businesses?
Mm.
Okay, why Muslims are doing business on Friday, and why they aren't coming to pray?
It's because they wanted to have it's because they wanted to have money.
No,
Uh,
because Friday afternoon is Saturday for the Jews,
mm,
and the Jews, if they close their business, they don't do anything all of Sabbath. So everybody in Friday is very busy doing shopping because the Jews will close.
because that makes sense.
So the Friday, when Muhammad he come to Friday, Muslims come every day normally to pray, but when it's Friday, nobody come. To the point Muhammad he have to make Quran to change the habit of the Muslims, forcing them to come in a Friday, leave your business. It says there in front of you that the problem is they are not leaving the business. What business? Their business is to do shopping before the Jews close. So because of the Jews, Allah he made a verse here we see. But for sure this is not Allah, this is Muhammad. And here you will see how much impact the Jews they have on Islam. Allah himself he want to make Quran just because the Jews they have Sabbath and the Muslims are not coming for the prayer. What is that? I mean, what for? So Friday never been about the day for the Muslims to pray. That is a stupid idea. The Muslim they you know, and they support that with the Hadith, but the Quran never said that this is the day of assembly, as you see here in between two brackets. It doesn't say that. Muhammad he have a problem. Muhammad have a problem that every Friday Muslims don't come to pray. As simple as that. And then after that, when Muhammad he was looking for what, okay, the Jews they pray in Saturday, the Christian they pray in Sunday, where I'm going to pray. Muslims they start giving ideas. The same as Umar ibn Khattab, he is the one who chose the adhan. When Muhammad he was thinking about how we can call people to pray, one of them he said, one of the companions he said, we use a bell. They said no, the bell is for the Christians. We don't want to do that. He said we light a fire. They said no, this is what the Jews do. And then Umar ibn Khattab he said we call for the prayer. Ask one of the slaves to call for the prayer. So even the adhan was an idea of Umar ibn Khattab. So as you see, as I said to you, Islam is like a salad, ugly one. Everybody put his fingers there. Umar ibn Khattab have many fingers. The Jews have many fingers. All the ideas of Islam is a collection of other ideas and other beliefs inserted into what is called Islam. Islam is not a religion by itself. Islam is a Santa Claus box or bag full of many things, but all of it is ugly.
I see. That's a very clear picture. Now I get it. Now it's not just a revelation coming from Muhammad himself, but like you said, there are different fingers, like those from Umar, like those from Aisha. And speaking of Aisha, Aisha also made some verses of the Quran. So it becomes very evident that Quran is definitely not a revelation from God.
You know, the Quran is not revelation, regardless if there is many source or not, because obviously the Quran itself prove easy that Quran cannot be from God. I mean, the God he will not say stupid thing like the man have a sperm coming from his backbone, and the women have a sperm coming from the ribs. That's it. This is not, it cannot be God. You know, the Quran make it more clear. As an example, it says that the ice is coming from mountains and it's broken from there. You know, so how God he explained to us that ice is made or is broken from a mountain of ice in the sky, and Allah he throw it at the ones who you don't like. This cannot be from God. I do not need to prove that the impact of the Jews and the Christians and the Sabians and the pagans and etc. on Islam to understand right away that Islam is nothing but a fiction made by an idiot. His name is Muhammad. If you read it with me, the Muslim they try always to fabricate a translation. Chapter 24 verse number 43. It says it clearly.
24:43.
Yeah.
24, 43.
Okay.
Okay. I'm following
He
you.
sent down from the heaven mountains wherein is hail. So the Quran teaching that Allah, He sent the hail from mountains in heaven. And why? Because he
Okay.
wanna hit with it the one he don't like. I'm not the one who's saying that in front of everybody. You know?
Yes, it's funny. It's indeed really funny. Yeah, some, yes, and I also watched some ex-Muslims YouTube videos that they also explained about ridiculous Quran verses such as Allah is holding the sky, and one of the funniest Quran verses I have ever seen was the stars as missiles.
Yeah, you know, the Muslims, they speak about science in the Quran, and I don't know
Yes.
if you get my book Quran and Science. Actually, both books, Discipline of Allah and Quran and Science, both of them they speak about that. But one of the funny things about the Quran, the Muslims, they speak about science in the Quran when the Quran is teaching very stupid things. As an example, chapter 22, verse number 65. Look what the Quran says.
Chapter
22, verse number 65.
Okay, Quran 22:65.
Okay.
Okay.
Hasn't thou not seen how Allah had made all that in earth supergent into you, and the ship runs into the sea by His command? So the ship is a miracle of Allah, and He hold back the
Mm.
heaven from filling in earth. You see it, guys?
Wow.
The heaven,
Yes.
if not Allah, the heaven
Yes.
will fail on earth. So there's a physical object, it's called heaven, is not failing on us, and Allah is holding it.
So meaning to say, Allah has a body after all, and He has a hand. He holds the sky.
You know, even the Quran claim that who is the one, why the birds are not falling down in the ground? Do you know why?
No, you tell me.
Well, according to the Quran, the bird don't fall down because Allah, He hold them from falling down in the sky.
Oh, okay, okay.
Chapter 16, verse number 79.
Okay,
16,
Quran.
79.
Okay, Quran 16:79. Okay, I'm following.
Have they not seen the birds obedient in the mid-air? None hold them save Allah. Hold them from what? In Arabic it says to fall down. So Allah is holding them. How they are holding in the sky? Explain to me. You cannot explain. It's Allah is holding them. All right. Here with it. Do you not look at the birds held poised in the midst of the air of the sky? Nothing hold them up but the power of Allah.
Oh, wow.
The God of Muhammad, he never heard of something called wings, and he never heard of something called air. And okay, now Muslims, Muhammad, who is the one who's holding F-16? Is that the power of Allah? Who is the one who's holding the satellites? It's not in the middle of the air, it's in the middle of the space. I mean, this is stupid. So you know, I do not need to be a genius to discover that Islam is stupid.
Mm.
You know, but you know, wherever you go, you will find something very wrong with this cult.
Okay, forgive me if I type it here, but I like to make sure I'm going to save these verses because I like to write something that I can really share with my fellow Christian apologists against Islam, because
Did I meet you when I went to the Philippines, or we did not meet? Did we meet in person?
no,
Okay.
no, this is my first time.
All right. So you did not attend any of my seminars in the Philippines?
No, not yet. I
okay.
haven't.
All right. You live in Manila or in different territory?
Yes, I'm in a different territory.
All
yes,
right. Okay.
exactly.
Well, maybe in the future, if I go, maybe you can join us and you can be with us in the seminar.
Yeah, yes, sure, I will, and I will also bring my fellow apologist of mine. He wanted to defend his Christian faith against Islam, and I like to go back a little bit before we can end this chat. Okay, allow me to let's go back to how Muhammad actually copied from the Jewish Talmud. When we provided the sufficient evidence that the context of the Talmud is the same as the Quran verse. And what happened there was Muslims suddenly reacted too quickly, saying that they keep on saying, uh, oh, it's not a. They keep on making excuses like, oh, it's Quran is not Quran is not copying. It's original. It's all original. Yet we ask them, and yet we challenge them, like for example, prove to us that Quran is indeed the original. Prove to us that Quran was written before Jewish Talmud was compiled. Yet not one of them, not one single Muslim has ever provided proof that the Quran was already original and first written than the Jewish Talmud. And then when we impose a challenge to them, I we said, what if we prove to you that the Talmud was first compiled according to the timeline? Would you admit that your Quran is false and it was copied? Uh, and they were really scared. Actually, they were really scared. How about they were really scared about it? We really proved them that the Quran actually copied from the Jewish Talmud according to timeline, and they were afraid to face that fact that we also looked closely at the Jewish Talmud side by side with the Quran, and we really proved that the Quran Quran and Muhammad actually copied from the Jewish Talmud.
Well, uh, uh, we can go in what is copied, and all the Quran is nothing but a copy. Even the word Quran is not an Arabic word. Uh,
Mm.
anyway, thank you, my friend, for calling. We will give a chance for Muslims to call me. Maybe they are waiting for, because somebody was trying to call. I'm glad that you called me, and you shared with us some of questions, and I'm sure people they learned something good for today. Thank you for calling.
Yes, thank you so much for our discussion, Christian Prince. I hope to call you again sometime.
Sure, and
If I
don't
have
forget to invite more Filipinos. I really love Filipino people. They are wonderful.
thank you so much. It's a pleasure to have a chat with you in here on Skype. So
Sure,
I really hope to see you again.
sure.
Thank you
Thanks.
so much.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
God bless.
God bless you,
Bye bye.
Christian Prince.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Yeah, I don't say things I don't mean it really. Filipino people are really wonderful people. I really love them. They're very, very kind people. They are very, um, um, they are really different. No, for sure, every nation they have some negative and some positive, but Filipino in general they are extremely friendly and they have a very beautiful, like personality, uh, and they are family people too, which I like about them very much. And it's very important to keep that culture of family, which is very nice. You will find a Filipino person uh, paying for the tuition of the cousin of the cousin. It's not even his cousin, it's the cousin of the cousin. And you will find a woman, she is having a baby in her house, growing up in her house, but he is not her baby, is the baby of the granddaughter of somebody. I mean, family is really something beautiful in this culture, and I encourage the Filipinos to keep those things in their culture, and because this is what gave their life better meaning and better value. And I hope I will meet this brother when I go to the